Hey traders, what if you could identify the exact moment when institutions are stepping on the gas in the futures market? When volume, momentum, and volatility all align in alignment. I think I hinted before, one area for an A+ trade is this 4/8 level on the GAN. I mean, look how beautiful this is. So it touched it, what, 1, 2, 3, you got a triple top right at this 4/8. If it would have broke 4/8, likely the market would have had a nice rally, but right almost to the tick. Anyway, so to reach my goal of 10 funded accounts in the next few months, I need to follow this myself. I need an A+ setup with that statistical edge, and so that's why I use my Oracle system. And this isn't about predicting the market, it's about reading institutional flow. And that's why this 4/8 level is so critical, right? So today we're going to do a deep dive into the Oracle system and how it works, and the core strategies and how I integrate it with GAN levels for precision entries. The core philosophy is simple. The single indicator isn't really a coin flip, right? We need Confluence, and Confluence is our edge. So that's what I love about the Oracle. It constantly scans for 5 specific factors that are split into 2 categories. And basically, those categories are momentum breakout and a price momentum. So momentum breakout is when price is breaking a recent structure. So you can see how price rejected that 4/8 and just massive breakdown. And then we have those short-term trends, right? And this is definitely one of these micro short-term trends here that formed. We kind of knew if you looked at overnight action, can get rid of this here. So, I mean, we saw overnight, right? It was a pretty sharp decline. And then what do you have? Some consolidation, hovering around these key GAN levels. So the ones that are highlighted, that's what I love about the system, is that the highlighted ones are really the ones we care about the most. It didn't even get down to this 4/8 down here. It rejected it, and so right at the look at the open play. Right at the open, you have a doji. Well, this was actually the open. I said back. Sorry. So the open, you have a little bit of a, coming down here, rejects the 5/8, and then just pushes right up through the 6/8. And these are kind of like minor GAN levels. And look, like I mentioned before, this 4/8 level, just like a freaking wall, which is beautiful setup. So again, if you were short here, great. Maybe you look at your stop though. That's what I love about GAN levels, is your entries are precise as hell. So how do we know how strong a move is going to be, right? So obviously we're going to look for volume spikes, surges, tape speed. The volume is the volume coming in rapidly? Does it show urgency? How about the volatility expansion? Is the ATR expanding? Does the market have room to run? And hence that's why we have our display up here. It gives us the spread, the volume, and the score. So I have a few different ones that I use, but basically it's helping us figure out which conditions match our trading style, and it gives you whether the action's clean. So yeah, it's a really good display to help us, and that's in this all-in-one. So anyway, so the other cues that we can look at as the system is organized, and it gives us these confluence into 3 tiers. And the first tier is the whisper factor, and that's these little lightning bolts. It's kind of whispering, saying, "Hey, something's stirring. Watch for what's going to happen." Then also we have these sparks. So you have that going on. then all of a sudden we have the, our signals. So if you look at our signals, it's like the third piece of the puzzle that comes in. So you have all these, and then also you have the pulse down here, giving you a score. So as things firing off, you're making sure that you're with that whole, you're all lined up for your trade to work. Now nothing's 100%, but again, once you have that Confluence, you're going to get into that 60, 70, maybe even 80% win rate. And again, win rate to me is not the biggest issue or thing that I look at. Obviously, profit factor and your risk reward rate is really what matters to me, because I can have a 40% win rate and still do really well with NQ. So when you look at all these features, we have the wave, and again, we have the confirmation. So it gives us, once it breaks below this wave, it gives us another confirmation. The biggest other thing is managing and trailing your stops. And that's what I love about these GAN levels, is that you could be taking a profit here, and then as it's bouncing off this 8.8, you could definitely have been taking profit down here. And then now, either off a move like this, either you're going to wait for retracement, or again, you just use these levels to help you take profit. And it's just a beautiful way to manage everything. So really, this is kind of like my A+ setup, because where are we at? I call it the golden hour. We're in this beautiful time of the market. We're after the open. There's not a lot of news going on. So we wait for the price action to set up at a key level. So maybe you don't want to take this first rejection as it's coming down. Maybe this is great. You have a double top. You can scalp from the level. Well, sure. Now you get a third opportunity. And now again, this is a wonderful setup at the 4/8 level with price action giving you validation that this is a good trade where you can scalp. So anyway, this is what I look for my my trade setups. Is I'm looking for a key level with price action, with Confluence. So then when you mix all that together, the only thing that's left is really your psychology. And I think I talked about this before. Well, I know I did, because my last video was revenge trading. So if we conquer, once we have our setup, we have our psychology, then we can move into really good trade management. And basically we have a powerful tool that can help us not only visualize what's happening with the institutional levels, but this tool is as good as it helps with our discipline. So when you combine all the Oracle tools and the edges we have something special, something that we can do every day and repeat. And anyway, I just want to share this kind of breakdown of how I trade price action with the GAN levels, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.